Please excuse the fact that my hair looks like this and that I am in my PJs. That is my life, and I am not going to apologize. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to share with you my makeup routine, and I understand that this has absolutely nothing to do with my prep, my workouts, my diet. This is more lifestyle, and I wanted to share this with you guys because yes, this channel is mostly about, you know, my workouts and my diet and prepping and stuff like that, but I wanted to bring a little bit more of my life into this as far as things that aren't strictly about prep. So the reason I wanted to kind of do this is if there are any girls out there that are looking for more natural makeup products, cruelty-free stuff, that is what I use. I use all cruelty-free products, meaning that none of these things were tested on animals. I'm not going to get into all the reasons why I went vegan. I can do a whole nother video about that, but one of the reasons became for the animals. And I am not someone who's going to sit there and preach to you about animal rights and all that, but I just don't see that it's necessary for companies to test their products on animals. So even my makeup brushes, like I use the Real Techniques brushes, these are all made without animal hair, so it's all synthetic fibers. So I've mentioned this before, I'm a trainer, I work in a gym. I don't overdo it on the makeup. I want my makeup to look minimal. I want to look professional and put together, but it's a gym. A little background story on my skin. Again, I'm not going to get into the whole story, but I used to have a lot of issues with cystic acne. I'm not lying when I say that I have met very few people that have had skin as bad as mine. And a vegan diet has really helped get that under control. My skin is not perfect. It's still a little bit oily. You'll be able to see it when I put my makeup on, but I'll kind of give you a close-up. I am breaking out a little bit in a couple spots, a little bit under my chin, but my skin's fairly clear. I do still have a little bit of discoloration and scarring, a little bit of redness, but I can deal with it because my skin is 10,000 times better than it used to be. So I try and keep the products that I put on my skin very minimal, because if you think about it, your skin is the largest organ in your body. Whatever you put on your skin eventually makes its way into your bloodstream. So if you're putting a ton of chemicals on your skin, it's going to get into your bloodstream. So once I wash and clean my skin, moisturize, I start with foundation. So it took me a long time to find a foundation that I liked, that didn't make my skin break out, that didn't make it oily. You know, some foundations oxidize and turn orange. Like, it took me a while to find one. So this is the one that I had been using for the last probably 3 years, I want to say, maybe 2 or 3 years. It is the Alima Pure Satin Matte Foundation. I use the shade Beige 3. I am kind of tan right now, so this one seems to work the best. I have a little bit more of a reddish pink undertone to my skin, and I find that this one matches the best. So enough blabbering, let me actually get into applying everything. I like to use this more as a liquid foundation. So I just take the cap off and just put a little bit in the cap. So I kind of start off with just a little bit, and then I can always add more. So what I do is I just have a little spray bottle that I fill with water, and I just spritz some of that into the cap. And then I use my Real Techniques brush. Again, this is kind of like a kabuki brush. It's very stiff. It has a lot of bristles, so this is really good for foundation. So I just kind of swirl around the cap until it turns into kind of like a liquid foundation, and then I just start applying. So this foundation has amazing coverage. I'll do half of my face, and then the other half just I'll leave bare so that you guys can see how good this coverage is. so I've put the foundation on this half of my face, and this half has nothing on it yet, so you can see the difference in how well this stuff covers. So the next product that I use on my skin is a bronzer. The one that I have found that I really like is the Milani Baked Bronzer. This is shade number 5. It's called Soleil, I think. I don't know. But it's really, really pretty. I don't use any kind of a highlighter just because my skin's kind of naturally oily. So this is really nice because it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. So it kind of doubles as a bronzer and a highlighter. So I just use a little kabuki brush like this to apply it with. So I normally just kind of apply it right here on kind of like the apples of my cheeks, like this kind of area. And I don't use it as a contour, like I don't do a very harsh line. I like my makeup to look very natural, so I kind of blend it out. I do a lot of blending, so I start there and then kind of work it down towards my jawline. I'll kind of bring it forward, kind of more towards the apples of my cheeks. And then kind of back up towards my hairline, so. And then with whatever little bit is left on the brush, I just take it and work it up into my hairline here. Again, I don't want anything super harsh. I just want something that looks natural. So I kind of blend that in up here, around the edges. So after I've kind of done my cheeks and my hairline and everything, again, I just kind of use whatever little bit is left on the brush and just kind of run it down either side of my nose and kind of along my chin, just to kind of blend everything in a little bit more. Sometimes I will use blush, but usually I'm in a hurry and I don't. But when I do, I use the Tarte blush. This is just a little palette that I got a couple of years ago for Christmas. It has a lot of really pretty colors. I tend to use this one a lot. I used to use these two, but they don't really show up on my skin as much anymore. So this one's kind of more of a red. So it's really nice. It kind of gives your skin a little bit of color. But like I said, normally I'm in a hurry and I just do the bronzer and then I'm done. So on to eye makeup. I really don't wear eyeshadow during the week at work. Again, I just don't think it's necessary. I don't want to take the time to do it. But if I do want to use any kind of eyeshadow, I'll use a primer first. So this is the e.l.f. one. It's super cheap. It's like $4. I got it at Target. This one works really well. Again, if I use eyeshadow, I like to keep it natural looking. So there's two palettes that I'll use if I am going to do eyeshadow. They're both by Tarte. These are the palettes that I use. They're both very natural shades, so a lot of earth tones. I don't do color on my lids. I'm boring. So this one, it's all matte shades. So this one's really nice. And then the other one is the In Bloom palette. And this one's got a little bit more of like some shimmery shades. They're kind of warmer. I've kind of grown to prefer this palette just because of the colors, and you got a little bit of the shimmer and stuff in there. But today I'm not going to go into all of that just because I don't have the time and I don't feel like it. But I thought I'd still show you guys the eyeshadows that I do use when I do use eyeshadow. I normally just do liner, mascara, and a very little bit of shadow. So for my liner, I like the NYX Professional eye pencil. I have tried black liners before, but I already have very dark features. My eyes are very dark and my eyebrows are really dark. So when I use black, it's just too strong of a color for me. So I tend to go with like a dark brown, which is what this is. It's not full on black. It's like a medium dark brown. So what I do is I basically just run this right along my lash line just to make my lashes look a little bit thicker. So again, I just run it kind of right along the lash line here. So once I've got the eyeliner applied, I usually will go over it with a shadow just to make the line of my the pencil a little bit softer and not so harsh. So typically I'll either use this darker shade from the Tartelette palette here, or if I'm using my other one, I'll tend to use this shade right here. Just something that's kind of darker and brown. They're honestly pretty close in color. So what I use to apply it with is just a little flat tipped brush, something that is, again, real stiff, that I can use to just work the shadow in. So I just get a little bit on the end and then run it right along the eyeliner that I just put down. The only other thing that I really do for my eyes is just add mascara. So the one that I have found that I really like is by Pacifica. It is the Dream Big mascara. This one's kind of cool because of the wand, and I'll show you why. You can use it as is for length, but if you twist the end here, it shortens the wand. So you can actually use it to add a little bit more volume. So what I typically do is I leave it out longer like that. This is black mascara. I forget the actual name, like what they call it, but it is black. I've tried brown, but I like black better. I've had lots of people ask me if I wear extensions or fake lashes, and I'm like, nope, it's this mascara. So that is it. That is what I do for my makeup every single day before I go to work. It's very minimal, very simple, very natural looking, I think, at least. So let me know if you guys have any favorites, especially stuff that's vegan, cruelty-free, more on the natural side. I'm always willing to try other things, but these are definitely my tried and true holy grail products. I hope you guys enjoyed. Today I am working out a little bit later. I am working out by myself today. Paul's taking a rest day, so I'm doing legs. I think it's going to be more like plyo work, like frog jumps and crab walks and lunges, jump lunges, all that kind of stuff. So I'm a little scared because I haven't done that kind of stuff in a long time. But anyways, I've got to get ready for the rest of my day, so I will check in with you guys in a little bit. So I just got to the gym, and before I go inside, I wanted to really quickly explain how this workout is going to go, because it is a little bit different from the workouts that I've done up to this point. So everything so far has been reps and sets. Today is actually timed. It's a leg workout, so it's plyometric stuff. So it's like squat jumps and jump lunges, stuff like that. So what I'm doing is I've got, I don't know, I haven't counted how many exercises, but it looks like it's maybe around 12 or 15. So doing each exercise for a minute, resting 30 seconds in between each exercise. And then once I've done that once through, I'll rest and then repeat everything again. So he told me that this should take right about 30 minutes. This is going to be interesting. My glutes are still a little bit sore from Friday, and so are my hamstrings, so this might be kind of rough. I might puke. Thankfully, there's a trash can nearby where I'm going to be working, so hopefully that doesn't happen. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to go foam roll a little bit because, like I said, I am sore, and then I'll get right into the workout.